Hey guys, let's be honest, the Bloxburg starter house is not very appealing. I mean, I just use this wall as a green screen. In today's video, we're going to be giving this starter house a mega glow up. As a refresher, this is what the exterior is looking like. The interior is pretty basic, but I know that we can do better. So without further ado, let's get building.
Somehow you make me change, like I'm better off with you.
If you didn't know, I previously renovated a fan starter house a couple years back, and let's just say I've improved since then, which is why I decided to redo this challenge. If you came from my last video, you will notice that this build is very similar in terms of style, but man, I was trying to switch it up and I cannot build exteriors. I'm just not talented in that way. So I did a very similar exterior to my last video. I know it's boring, but don't worry, because the interior, I promise you, is not a dupe. Maybe in some ways, but for the most part, I don't think so. I tried to keep the floor plan fairly similar to the original starter home, with the dining table being the first thing you see when you walk in. So I brought the whole kitchen together in this build, make it look like the dining room is not abandoned. If this build looks bigger than the original, I honestly don't know what I was doing when I was taking down the walls, so it probably is a little bit bigger. I also wanted to keep that open concept. Once more, I did not follow my own advice and did not create a floor plan, which I guess wasn't completely necessary for this build because I am just quote unquote renovating. Did I renovate this, or did I just create a whole new build? Floor plans are just not the first thing that come to mind when I begin building, like ever. I'm not even gonna go on to this topic again because in the end, I think we can just conclude that we like to let our creativity run wild. What the heck did I just say? Okay, but honestly, I think this build turned out wonderful. We definitely made this house look a lot more put together. I don't know why I keep saying we. I don't know if you guys notice in my videos, but I always say we, and it's just me. Do you guys also do that when you talk to yourself? Anyways, this build definitely surpassed our original budget of $7,000. In fact, it was over 10 times more expensive, but I definitely think it was worth it because that's how you make things look good. You just need to invest in some good furniture and boom, that's how you get the biggest glow up. I have a few things to say about the homeless update. First of all, that was the last thing I would have ever expected Bloxburg to come up with, but also I feel like they just are running out of ideas at this point. But also, I was trying to look for textures for sofas and couches. Wait, that's the same thing. And didn't really want to stick to the basic smooth plastic. So I was clicking around at all of the textures and came across dirty texture. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Dirty something. And I thought it looked amazing. It fit the build very well. It looks realistic. It was exactly what I was looking for. But to see the title of it being dirty textured, we don't talk about that. That's one positive thing I can say about the update. Oh my gosh, the bedroom and bathroom went through a lot. There was actually a ton of space for the bedroom and bathroom, so I tried to make the most out of all the space I had. I think I made pretty good use of the space that I had for the bedroom compared to my builds before. I personally find it so hard to fill space. I don't know what it is with shelves or tables. I even tried to look up decor ideas on YouTube, and even yet, sometimes those videos don't even help because you really need to furnish your build in a way that complements whatever you're building. And I guess I'm just not an interior designer, so if my builds look minimalistic, it's also because I have no idea what to decorate my build with. But sometimes it looks good that way. You don't need to fill every bookshelf or wall. I think I'm gaslighting myself at this point. You know what? I asked you guys to ask me questions on my community tab quite a while back, so why don't we answer a question in this video? Because why not? And these are actually related to Bloxburg, so we can kind of tie those in. Ooh, we just discussed about this, but what thing would you change about the update? So if I were the developer of Bloxburg, what I would do is spam click the undo button before saving that update. I would love to see homeless role players, but unfortunately I have not spotted a single one. I guess it would be good for specific builds that you're trying to go for, but I don't think it's very useful for the most part. Me personally, obviously, I don't see myself using any of those items except for that dirty texture. That was the only thing I found useful. But yeah, if I were to change the update, I would maybe not go so far into the homeless aspect of it. The next question is, do you feel that building is your passion? No, I don't think it's really my passion. I do get very excited when I get the opportunity to film videos like this. When you do see Bloxburg videos on my channel, those are the very rare occasions that I do play Bloxburg. Surprisingly, I don't play the game as much as I may make it seem because I know my channel is focused around Bloxburg mainly. But when I do come up with a really good video idea, that's when I start to feel really motivated and inspired to get building. I do enjoy it, but I'm just not like a hardcore Bloxburg builder unless it comes down to making a video and I really do need to put in the effort. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, so if I don't like what I'm building, I will not put it on YouTube. Every single video that's on my channel is a reflection of work that I am genuinely proud of. Yeah, hopefully that answers the question. Alright, that's enough yapping. I think we can get into the tour now. The renovation is now complete. I don't even think I would consider this a renovation. Hello? This is unrecognizable. I did keep the dimensions the same and that's about it. This build added up to $127,000. Here is the exterior. It looks very similar to my last build. What makes this build different is that we have a front porch over here with a very small seating area. Heading inside, this is what it looks like. I'm absolutely obsessed with the color scheme, the vibe, everything about this build. So here's the kitchen. The first thing you see is this table with 3 chairs because in the original starter home, that is literally the only thing you see when you walk in. And I decided to keep the kitchen area all together because before it would be somewhere over here, which is now the mudroom. Why don't we actually check out the mudroom first because that should be the first thing you see when you walk in. We have just a bench area. I actually custom built this bench. And up here we have a shelf. I just love the assortment of random things on this shelf. As I said earlier, I cannot fill shelves for the life of me, and I can't even tell you how long it took me to arrange every single one of these items on this shelf. Anyways, let's head back to the kitchen. So we have a lot of open counter space. My hand is so not smooth. I love this detail that I added to the oven, and here we just have some more appliances. You will notice that I do not like using big lights, so I scattered a bunch of lamps and smaller light fixtures around the build just to give it a more calm vibe. This counter is so cute. I don't know why it makes me so happy. And over here is the living room. Obviously, it's a very open concept type of build. Oh, why is there a dirty plate on my ground? So here it is. I did try to section off the living room to give it some dimension. I don't even know what I'm saying. I love this color scheme and how it's so neutral, yet we still have pops of color that complement the build. Here's the TV, and we just have some shelving space. And lastly, the bathroom slash bedroom. So here is a mirror. And of course, our bed. This was just such a fun color palette. I tried to use decals as pillows, and I think it was a nice addition. Over here, we have some vanity space and a dresser. This room is actually quite big, so I did try to fill up the space as much as I could to make it look functional and not like an empty box. And last but not least, the bathroom. This might have to be one of my favorite parts of the build. This wall especially, it just screams elegant. As you can see, I played around with wall decor and arranged some plates on the wall. I think it definitely was an interesting touch. On the other side, we just have a shelf over here with some extra bottles of soap and our walk-in shower. Nothing too special over here. So although this wasn't really a renovation, I think I did a pretty good job and I had a lot of fun building this. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet to become an elite. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!